Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Huzaifah Ahmed and today I am gonna talk with ChatGPT on the topic how to set achievable goals and stay motivated. I am from Rehan School Korangi campus. Let's get started. Hey ChatGPT, today I'm going to talk with you about how to set achievable goals and stay motivated.
That sounds like a great topic. I'd love to dive into it with you. Do you have any specific kind of goals in mind, like personal, professional, or maybe creative ones? Or are we just keeping it general?
Yes, let's keep it general and I want you to tell me what's the difference between a wish, a dream, and an actual goal. And where do most people go wrong?
That's a really important distinction. So, a wish is usually just a vague desire. You want something, but there's no real plan or commitment behind it. A dream is a bit more defined. It's something you really imagine yourself achieving, but it's still kind of passive, often just floating out there without steps. An actual goal, though, is concrete. It's specific, it has a timeline, and it breaks down into actionable steps. Where most people go wrong is they stay in that dream or wish phase. They never commit to a clear plan or a timeline. So, making goals concrete with small steps and regular check ins is really the game changer.
Why do people set goals with full intention and confidence and all the motivation in the world, but lose it within weeks?
Yeah, that happens a lot. And it usually comes down to a few things. First, sometimes people set goals that are too big or too vague. So when reality hits, they get overwhelmed. Second, motivation's a bit of a roller coaster. At first, it's high, but once that initial spark fades, people don't have enough structure or accountability to keep going. And finally, life just happens. Unexpected challenges, distractions, or even a lack of small rewards for sticking with it can derail them. So the trick is having a plan for when that initial boost fades.
What does science say about how goal setting actually affects the brain and behavior?
Research shows that goal setting activates reward circuits in the brain, like the ventral tegmental area, and engages the prefrontal cortex, which helps with planning and self control. Studies also show that specific, challenging goals lead to better performance, and forming if then plans makes it easier to turn goals into action. Over time, consistent goal pursuit also strengthens brain networks, improving focus and motivation.
Is the SMART goal framework still relevant or is there something better out now?
The SMART goal framework is still widely used because it helps clarify goals with specifics, timelines, and metrics. However, it can feel rigid, especially for long term or evolving goals. Newer frameworks like OKRs, which focus on bold objectives and key results, or clear goals, which emphasize collaboration and flexibility, are also gaining traction. So, SMART is still a solid foundation, but many people now add more adaptive frameworks to keep goals relevant and motivating over time.
What's more important, setting big ambitious goals or small achievable ones, or both?
That's a great balance to strike. Big, ambitious goals give you that long term vision and push you beyond what you thought possible, which is super motivating. But small, achievable goals are key for momentum. They build confidence, keep you on track, and give you a sense of progress. So it's really about a mix. Set a big vision, but break it down into smaller, achievable steps so you can keep that steady momentum going.
How do you stay motivated when progress is slow and results aren't visible yet?
Yeah, that can be really tough. One big thing is to celebrate small wins, even if they seem tiny, because those little milestones give you a sense of progress. Another tip is to reconnect with your why. Why did you set this goal in the first place? And sometimes it helps to adjust the pace. If you're not seeing results fast, maybe you need a new approach or just some patience. Either way, progress compounds over time, even if you can't see it every day.
What role does accountability play in achieving goals? Do you really need someone else?
Accountability can be a game changer for sure. Having someone else, whether it's a friend, a mentor, or even just a small group, helps you stay on track because you know you'll be checked in on. It also keeps you honest, especially when motivation dips. But it's not strictly necessary. Some people thrive on self accountability, like using daily journaling or public commitments. So it depends on your personality. If you thrive alone, great. But if you struggle, bringing someone in can really help.
Alright, now tell me, how do you handle a goal that stops feeling meaningful halfway through?
Yeah, that happens a lot, and it's totally normal. Give yourself some space to reflect. Ask yourself why it felt meaningful in the first place and what's changed. Sometimes you realize the goal just needs a tweak, maybe a smaller version or a different approach. And sometimes it's okay to let it go entirely. You can redirect that energy towards something else that aligns better with your values now. Just be kind to yourself in that process.
Now tell me, how do successful people structure their goals differently from average people, and how does it benefit them?
Yeah, so successful people tend to be really intentional about how they structure their goals. They set clear priorities, often tying them to a bigger vision or purpose. They break down big goals into specific time bound steps, and they regularly review and adjust. Plus, they usually anchor their goals to strong habits. So for them, it's not just about a one time push, but about daily practice. And that structure benefits them because it keeps them consistently moving forward, even when challenges pop up.
Now, lastly, what's one thing someone can do today to set a real achievable goal and actually follow through?
I'd say the simplest thing is to define one small specific goal with a clear next step. So pick something that's realistic and then write down exactly what you'll do today. No more than one or two steps. Once you do that, set a time to check in on yourself, maybe later in the day or tomorrow to see how it went. That small immediate action builds momentum and keeps you accountable.
Alright, everyone, this was the end of my discussion with ChatGPT for today. Until the next task and talk, Allah Hafiz.